trying to figure out which game I want to play now.
Round
Not
one.
sure.
Ready, go!
I just played this car one. I didn't like, but you guys. Hey, you guys. Welcome to the Riri World. Welcome to the Riri World channel, y'all. If you're a true subscriber, you should know the dance I used to do when I first started this. You should know the dance I used to do when I first started this channel. Okay? And if you know the dance I started when I first started my channel, go ahead, do it with me. You ready?
Like, subscribe.
World, yeah, girl. Yes. I'm gonna do a small story, you guys, today. And this story is strictly today about Lyft Uber drivers. Lyft and Uber drivers. Okay? Now, my thing is, if you guys drive for Lyft or Uber, thumbs up to you. No. But if you drive for Lyft or Uber, first I want to say big ups to you, because it's not no easy job just putting strangers in your car. I did it. I used to drive for both, you know, and I used to do the food delivery and all of that.
Nobody cares.
But my point being is, the other day, I'm gonna say on New Year's Day, I called a Lyft, and I called a Lyft about an hour ride, right? During this ride, I had a driver. The driver was like a Pakistan driver. I'm not sure, but he wasn't African American or Asian or nothing like that. I think he was Pakistan, I believe. But point being is, on my app, it showed me that when I first got in, I noticed that he's only been driving for 2 months.
Oh no!
2 months. That's right, 2 months. So, I always look at before I even get in a driver's car, I will look at the license plates to make sure it's the right car, and I'll look at the vehicle. I also look at the vehicle, the driver name, the driver's picture, and I also make sure that that's the driver, you know? So I make sure all of that is together before I even get in the car. And then once I do that, anyhow, I get in the car and then we goes on about our business. So once I got into this driver's car, we greeted, spoke, and whatnot. And then he went and go ahead and he pushed the start right. He pushed the start right. Yeah, start right. Bang. So we started it. And he get the pull off and he looked like, where are you going? 70 miles. He was really shocked that I was going 70 miles, you guys. So I'm like, so me personally being an Uber Lyft driver, I know you don't know your destination until you get that rider in your vehicle and you press start ride. So of course he didn't know where he was going to take me. We start the ride. He's like, 70 miles, oh my gosh. He's like, but you're already in the car. I can't put you out. So he proceeded with the ride. So then he proceeded with the ride. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. I kindly appreciate this, you know. And then on New Year's Day, I don't know, and where I'm from, it snowed really bad. It snowed really bad where I'm from. Like, we didn't get snow for Christmas. We didn't get it for New Year's. We didn't get it until, New Year's Eve. We got it on New Year's Day. And it proceeded to come down starting noon, right? So after noontime, it was snowing crazy. I got in my Lyft, proceeded to go to where I was going. And at this time, I needed to go 2 places. So once I got to one destination, I was going to go to another destination and get dropped off. So I was like going to stop somewhere and then get dropped off at another one. and it's always like right around each other. I got on the expressway. We got on the expressway, proceeded to go to my whereabouts, right? And this Lyft driver was so heated. Like, he was driving me on the expressway. It was snowing really bad, and it was New Year's Day, so it was no salt trucks out, no nothing. It was like totally unexpected. So the roads was not clear. They were not clear, you guys. Mind you that, right? And yeah, it wasn't clear. So Jesus, let me get back on up to it. So I'm in a store, you guys. So I wanted to do a small video. Yeah. So the roads were really bad, and he was so heated about taking me to where he was going to take me, and that was 70 miles out. So I asked him, I say, have you been driving a long time in the midst of the ride? I say, I'm trying to make conversation with him, trying to get on his good side, you know? Because I know when you don't want to do something, ain't too much good come out of that, you know? So I'm like, okay. I say, were you driving a long time? He say, yeah. One word. He gave me like a one-word answer, like, yeah. So I'm like, okay. He's very heated. He's very heated. I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh. I'm like, yeah, I say, it's really starting to come down now. He's like, yeah. He was like, and I wasn't going to go out this way. He was like, if you wasn't in my car, I would have threw you out. Not like that. He said, I would have not took this order. I wouldn't have took this ride, but I can't do nothing because you're already in my car. I'm like, oh God, thank you so much. And I'm kind of like feeling bad because me as a driver, I know that sometimes you get those rides and you don't intend on going out, and when it do, you like, but you still gotta have great customer service through it all, no matter what. You still gotta have great customer service, you guys. So with that being said, it's like your business. I mean, I know you drive for somebody else, but it's like your own business, right? So if you want that rider or anyone else to ride back with you, you have to give great customer service, okay? Totally opposite with this guy. So he was so heated. I'm like, this is his job. So my ride was like $150 for a 2-hour ride, right? I had to pay $150, and it wasn't even quite 2 hours. I'm gonna say about an hour and 40 minutes it might have took me to get to where I was going, and then maybe 2 hours because I had 2 stops. Remind you that I had 2 stops. So the first stop probably would have took like 140 hours, right? Not sorry, 1 hour and 40 minutes, right? So it was like $140, and for like, I'm gonna say 2 hours promptly to take me, 2 hours, and then he'll have to come himself back. So about 4 hours on his time, but 2 hours on mine. So I'm feeling bad for him at this time because I'm like, oh man, I don't like to put nobody through nothing they don't really want to go through. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm telling myself maybe I should get out at the next stop, like a truck stop or gas station, McDonald's or something nearby, and just get in another Lyft, you know. So at this time, I had to go and pick up someone from the hospital, and they was discharged like 3 to 4 hours prior to this. So I had to go pick them up. So I had to get out there. So I'm telling myself, oh my God, I can't really get out nowhere else because I got to get to this destination to get who I need to get, right? So piece of cake, right? No, right. Piece of cake. It's a piece of cake, right? Nothing to it but to do. No. I stayed my ass in the car. So I'm like, I gotta chance this, and in the midst of it, it'll be okay because I'm finna pray my way through this one. So, now I told you guys the roads were so terrible. Cars were slipping and sliding, and the streets were not clear, no salt, no nothing. Like, it was terrible. This idiot was doing 80 miles. The driver were doing 80 miles. I immediately held on to my seat in the back in front of me. I held on to my seat. And I just got to praying like, Jesus, let me get to my destination okay. Peace, be still. Please find peace in this drive. I just kept saying, peace, be still. Peace, be still. Peace, be still. Every time I pray, he'll slow down out of that little crazy driving he'll do. And he'll drive a little normal. And then, of course, we had like close to 2 hours to go. So only so long he'll do that. Then he'll get the hitting the steering wheel, shaking his head and talking in his foreign language, like whatever he'll say, because I don't speak the language. I don't know what he was saying, but he was speaking in his foreign language. That's why I say that he probably Arab, because of the way he was talking. And look, he was just flying, and I'm like, stay here and pray my way through. So I say, peace, be still. He'll slow drive, calm down, and get the driving normal. So I'm like, relief. But I was totally afraid. And he was driving the shoulder on the expressway, the middle. He was driving the lanes that no cars was even riding in. He was really trying to frighten me so I could just get myself out, so he might have to take me. That's what my conscience was telling me he was doing, the way he was driving, because there was no way he should have been driving like that in that snow like that. And I was terrified. I ain't gonna front. I was terrified. I was acting like I wasn't terrified, but baby, I wanted to pull out my camera and video him, but I'm like, no, I don't want to make this man no madder than he already is if he saw this. So I didn't get my phone out, but I prayed, y'all. I prayed. And then once I got home, I said, I got another stop, which I wasn't even going to take it anyway. I said, I got another stop just to see what he was going to tell me. He said, another stop? He was puzzled. He was like, unbelievable. Like, I can't do that. I can't. I said, no worries. I'll cancel it. No worries. So at this time, I can't even get the person I need to get at the hospital. And I couldn't even get to the hospital and pick up who I need to pick up. So I'm like, I'll just call another taxi, you know. I'll call another taxi and we'll go from there. So he said, okay, please. And I got out his car. Once I got in, I was watching him through the door, bagging up. And once he got like in the middle of the street, his car was like not going as fast as it was on the expressway, like really going slow. And the street that I was on, it wasn't them. It was snow, but you can drive like he was just driving on the expressway. But some told me that something was going on with his car. So I'm like, oh Lord, please let this man get back to where he needs to go. You know, I'm still wishing him well, you know, he just frightened the hell out of me. Frightened my ass. So I'm still wishing him well. I'm wishing he get back to his location well and all of that. So, because at the same time, he could have put me out that car in the midst of it if he really wanted to. He didn't have to take me. He might have not had another job driving for them, but he didn't have to do that. So I'm like, thank you, Jesus. He at least took me. Baby. He didn't want to do that. So anyhow, long story short, I checked my account the next day. Well, once I got in that day, we winded. Once I got out the taxi and I went in the house, I was going to go ahead and cancel the next ride and go ahead and order another one. He canceled it already. He had already canceled it. So I didn't have to. So I checked my balance the next day to see exactly how much did they take off the car for that ride. And guess what? When you are good people and you do good deeds and you a child of God, I mean, I'm not trying to say I'm a saint or nothing like that, because I don't believe there's no one perfect in this world. Everybody make mistakes, and everybody go through different obstacles and stuff in life. So I'm not perfect. I'm far from it, but I'm not healed and not water either, you know. So point being is, I pray. I don't pray as much as I should, but I definitely pray, and I talk to the Lord more than so. You know, praise him throughout the day, not just once or twice. I thank him good, bad, no matter what. I thank him. Like one day I went to the, I know I'm going all off the subject, but just to give you guys a hint, I went to a casino a few months ago and I lost a nice amount of change, but I couldn't do nothing but thank God, because it was the reason why I lost that change and they received it. I needed it, you know, but I thank them. I thank them through good and bad and good. And later on throughout the week, somehow I caught a huge bless more than what I lost. So it all averaged out. So it's a reason why God does things. So rewind back. So the next day I went into my account to check the status. Taking out my account for that ride. And guess what, you guys? When I tell you God don't like ugly, he don't like ugly. That man did me so wrong. He had me so afraid. He had me scared, all because I needed that ride at that time, you know? And he made me feel like, oh, I wanted to get out in the midst of the ride, like, oh my God. But I just knew I couldn't do that. But my account, that Lyft did not take not $1 for that ride. That man didn't even get paid. That's right. He did not get paid. He did not get paid. And I felt kind of bad because he went through all of that bitching. He went through all of that. But he still took me home. I was grateful that he took me home through it all. I was just so grateful. He didn't get paid. But he made me feel like, oh my God. Like, I never wanted to catch another Lyft again. You know, I never wanted to get in another one of them again after that, you know. So I said that to say this. When you guys, even through your toughest storms, even through tough situations, when you're feeling uncomfortable and you know you don't want to do something, don't feel like you know you don't want to do something, and if it's beneficial to help someone, do it. If it's good deeds of helping someone and you know you could, do it. Because you'll be so blessed from just helping someone. You know, if that man would have treated me that way and did what he should, he would have had that money and probably more, because they pay bonus. Lyft and Uber, they pay bonus when it's terrible snow outside, or snowstorms, rainstorms, or bad weather. They pay good money for driving people to their destination. So if you can help someone and you could do that, do it. Don't be evil, don't be mean, because you will get so much out of that for just being a good Samaritan to the next human being. You guys, thanks for chatting with me today. Thanks for just sitting here and listening to me talk. I know I've been gone for a while, but I'm going to come back with more videos and more content for you guys. I got a lot of things in store for this year. I know I've been slacking. Well, last year I've been very quite busy and been into a lot of different things, you know, with personal living, and I really want to do YouTube full-time, non-stop. So I need all the support I can give you guys. So if you guys can subscribe to my channel, if you haven't already subscribed, that will be amazing. That will be awesome. And also for those who have subscribed, if you'll go ahead and share this video on your channel, your page, with your supporters, that will be awesome as well. If you can go ahead and share my video, that will be awesome, and I will be very blessed for that as well. So you guys, again, thanks for joining the Weary World channel. Feel free to check more of my videos out. I have a lot of more videos that you on my page. You guys can, very entertaining videos you guys can check out. Love you guys. Until then.